One thing that we struggle with is figuring out what the skills are that we need and in what order. This is why we pick up a book and then suddenly we think, wait, no, I need to learn the one on marketing. Wait a second, no. Okay, well, marketing's part of communication. I need to learn that first, maybe, then sales? I don't know. Gosh, I need to be focused on this, and I need to be a better spouse, and I need to be a better this. And you know what? That book on prayer has been calling me, and we wind up aimed in 8 different directions, and we try to work on a whole bunch of skills all at one time. Let's step back and do this in a different way. Okay, so here we go. Now, I want to help you to plan the skills that you're going to need for the next year. I want to help you plan this out so that it's in line with your priorities and it serves you. So, if you tried to learn 12 skills today, you'd fail at every single one of them. If you tried to learn 12 skills this month, again, you'd likely fail, make very little progress, be very frustrated, and so on. But if you tried to learn 1 skill this month, put all of your time and attention into that 1 skill, you will have made progress on that 1 skill for the month. Now, what I want you to do is imagine that you get that 1 skill and then next month you do another one and the next month you do another one. So 1 month is enough time for you to get a lot of headway and make a lot of development into that 1 skill. One thing that we struggle with is figuring out what the skills are that we need and in what order. This is why we pick up a book and then suddenly we think, wait, no, I need to learn the one on marketing. Wait a second, no. Okay, well, marketing's part of communication. I need to learn that first, maybe, then sales? I don't know. Gosh, I need to be focused on this, and I need to be a better spouse, and I need to be a better this. And you know what? That book on prayer has been calling me, and we wind up aimed in 8 different directions, and we try to work on a whole bunch of skills all at one time. Let's step back and do this in a different way. Let's decide that we're going to put together a really, really great idea of 12 skills, and we're going to learn how to learn. We're going to learn what our best way of learning is, and we're going to leverage that and the power of focus. Okay, so what if you were given a list of 12 things from somebody else? It was tailored for your life, somebody that knew your life frontward and backward, and that knew who you needed to be at the end of the year. And they put together this list, and they said, this is what you need to do this month, this is what you need to do the next month. And it was a blueprint on how to do it. You need to list out the major areas of your life for starters. For me, I'm going to have 4 major areas of my life. I'm going to have faith and family, my workplace, and then my social circles. Okay? I'm going to take a notepad and I'm going to draw a line straight down the middle vertically, and then I'm going to draw another line horizontally, and I'm going to write in each one of those corners faith, family, work, and social. Then I'm going to start brainstorming, and the brainstorming, don't think that there's a right or a wrong way of doing this, okay? You can write out your roles, and sometimes those roles will reveal the skills that you need, right? So if you're writing out the sort of employee that you need to be, right? I need to be in sales. Well, sales require a handful of skills. And you could, if you already know, hey, I need to have these skills, then you can do that. But it's not a bad way for you to say, I need to be a better salesman, I need to be a better manager, whatever your title is, that will reveal skills as well. So just brainstorm, write out all of this stuff, right? All of the priorities, all the skills that you need to execute the roles that you have. Write them all down, okay? You're going to have this really enormous list. I'll just show you the way that I do it. What you can do is you can go through and you can take your list and anything that you look at and you go, yeah, that's not in the top 12, just strike a line through it, okay? So you can take your list from 40 and you can knock it down to 20 in fairly quick order. You can look at these things and say, hey, you know what, that's just not in the top 12. And now you've got this list that's a little bit more manageable. Now, after you've gone through and combed it out like that, you can go through and, like for me, I am way more physical. I get things put together in a physical manner. So what I will do is I will take that sheet of paper and I'm going to cut it into all of the little pieces and I'm going to lay them out on a table and I'm just going to start sliding them around and putting them in order until I have, this is the top skill that I need in my life for this next year for me to be successful at the best version of me. And I'll start sliding these things around, right? And you know what? I actually forgot to put on their physical health too. That I need to have on there my physical health, because that could cover everything from being able to cook and put together a meal plan, to it being able to put together a workout, to taking the time to understand how to do all of this stuff. Because sometimes we wind up being so vague that we're useless in what we're trying to do. So anyway, so I'm sorry, back to where I want to be. Okay, so you're going to create a long column of priorities. You're going to slide them around until they're put into order. Then whatever's on top, you're going to put that in January. You're going to take number 2 and you're going to put that in February. Number 3 goes to March, and so on. And then you're going to ask yourself, how do I learn best? Do I learn best with audiobooks? Do I learn best with paper books, YouTube videos, podcasts? Whatever that is, now you know, hey, this is what I need to do in order to learn. I need to go track down the best podcasts on this topic. I need to go find the best written books in this, which is kind of cool because you can go back and you can find some really old books. The people that wrote a long time ago, sometimes you find that they are the ones that built the foundations that a lot of the newer people are writing from. So whether it's books, whether it's hiring a coach, whether it's talking to a friend, like make yourself a plan for the month. Okay, let me go over, you know what, real quick pro tip. This will make it so that you can get more out of a book. I don't care if it's an audiobook. I don't care if it's written ebook. It doesn't really matter, okay? What you're going to find is some of the great authors that are writing the really great thoughts. They wrote a book that would have been 800 pages long, and their editor had them trim it down to 250 pages. And that author winds up going on all of these podcasts. You're going to find out that when they go on a podcast, they fill in spaces and gaps in their thinking. They wind up getting asked questions by the host that they never really thought about, and they'll fill in some spaces. They'll wind up rewording things. This is where, for me, the real juice is. I wind up hearing people reword ideas, and I go, oh, shoot, that synonym threw me off. I was thinking that they meant it the other way, not this way. And you wind up getting it reinforced, even if they say the exact same idea. Just them rewording it makes it so that you're taking it in at a deeper level. Okay, so authors always elaborate and say extra stuff in interviews. And they'll share stories and insights that got cut from the book. In their conversation with the host, you'll wind up with greater depth of insight and understanding. And sometimes you'll also find out that they have other ideas and deeper ideas, and that there's more to them than you thought was there. Okay, so now 30 days. Here's one of the main reasons why 30 days is so powerful, is because it's far enough that we can say, hey, you know what? I can get some real momentum. I can do a lot of stuff. If you started, like, just physically, if you said, hey, you know what? Every day I'm going to do I'm going to do sit-ups and crunches until I can't do anymore. And day 1 sucks, day 2 sucks, but somewhere about day 15, day 20, like you're picking up some real momentum. Physically, if you can do that, imagine what you can do with your mental and emotional skill development if you pour yourself into this and go hard. 30 days is enough for you to have a sense that I'm going to run out of time, and you'll have a sense that there's a little bit of urgency, but not so much that you will go too fast and hard and get crazy and weird. So 30 days, just focus on that. Now, when you hit that 30 days, this is so important. When you hit the first of the month, you start that new skill. You're done with the old skill. If you let it bleed over, you're going to not trust yourself as much. You're going to not trust the process as much. You've got to stop on the first and start the new skill, because if you let it bleed into the next month, one of these months, what are you going to do? If you bleed 3 days in, 4 days in, what are you going to do? Go into the 3rd or 4th day of the next month? Are you going to cut it short so that you can get back on track? No, it's an overdraft. Don't do that. Trust yourself, like behave in a way that's trustworthy, okay? If a day gets shot, it's fine because you've got more, but you can't have too many get shot. So this is the way that the process works, and I swear to you, it works really, really, really well, okay? Get those exercises and practices put in place. If you buy a course, you're actually going to do it. So if you've got a course that you say, hey, you know what, I got 30 days to do this, power through it, get it done, go through it. This is part of the reason why we buy courses and sometimes don't do it, because we don't give ourselves a deadline. It's crucial. Give yourself a deadline. Your life, this isn't a rehearsal. There's no A/B testing your life. This is the final and only performance. You get to do your skill development so that you can execute on your life, but you don't get a redo. You don't get to rewind and back it up a few weeks, months, years. Like, every day counts, and when that day is done, it's done. So I want to encourage you to live strongly, live with balance so that you don't burn yourself out. I want to make it so that you're clear that you are going to do these things, because one of the other things is we're going to find that you will find that the enemy's greatest trick in our skill development isn't that he points you to something that's overtly terrible. What winds up happening is he says, look over there, that's a good skill. Look over there, that's a good skill. That's a good skill. That's a good skill. And it's like trying to do 20 workouts all at the same time, different exercises. Just do them one at a time, line them up, get intentional, get skilled. This is how people that do great things do those great things. They line them up and they do them in order. With this schedule, you can build out a really great year, a monumental year. At the end of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, let's assume that you're not going to die in the next 4 years. You'll have 48 skills that you've stacked up and you've spent the time to develop, okay? You're going to be in really, really, really great shape. One more thing, just a quick side note. On my website, there is a day planner, a morning routine. It's actually a morning routine. It's not a day planner that you can download and that will help you go over 10 really rock solid questions to ask yourself every morning. It'll help you to track your insights. It'll help you to collect the lessons that you've learned in life. And instead of, it'll help you to connect yesterday with today and today with tomorrow, which is one of the greatest things in my life, is getting up in the morning and finding a note that I wrote to myself at the end of yesterday after I went through my evening routine and realized that my life is really awesome and that I have some great things, and I pass myself the baton. When I get up in the morning and I'm kind of dopey and I'm like trying to get my feet underneath me, and I see that note to me from me, that's said in the voice of somebody that loves and cares for me, it's one of the best things in the whole world, okay? So keep your goals in front of you every single day, because one of the most frustrating things in the whole world is that you drift off course, you see shiny stuff and it distracts you. This will make it so that when you are given a distracting idea, oh man, don't you think you should be working on persuasion? You can look at your schedule and say, oh no, that's in August. It's all right. I'm going to keep focusing here on communication. Okay? I'm Adam Funderburg, the owner of High Caliber Coaching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.